my father. I was born in foster care. I didn't have a mother or a father. They gave me away. My father wasn't fit to be my father. This is my dad here, Jacob Benny. He's been there since the beginning. He's done everything. He laid his life down for me, and I lay his life down for him. I don't judge any man on the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
Adoption has to be one of the weirdest concepts imaginable. People picking out babies like puppies. Ooh, this one's a little too ugly. Ooh, this one's too dark. I've never met my real parents. I was adopted from birth. My mom's Jewish and my dad's Italian. Italian families get mad when their daughter brings home anyone who's not Italian. Now imagine if they bring home a Jewish girl. Now imagine when they adopt a black baby. Yeah. We be walking around at family parties. Distant relatives don't fully understand. I see whispers. Is he part of the family? Who's that kid? What the fuck happened to his skin? You'd expect them to not accept me, but what's ironic is it's actually quite the opposite. They'll treat me like a puppy. Oh my god, he's so cute, he's so exotic. They'll show me love while simultaneously acknowledging that I'm not the same as them. For example, they'll come up to me, swing their arm around me and be like, you know you're just part of the family, right kid? Just like everybody else here. And I understand they're only trying to make me feel accepted when they do that, but they don't get, when they do that, all that does is reassure that I'm way different from them. Cause I don't see you fucking doing that to little Johnny over there. Why don't you do the same shit to him? If I really was the same as everybody else, the truth is, you wouldn't even have to come up to me and tell me that. I was raised and grew up around all white people, and what's ironic is, I don't think I've ever experienced real racism. The only racism I've experienced was like dumb, ironic racism from my friends in middle school. I'd make fun of my friend because his girlfriend had a mustache. He'd call me a nigger. That's it. And the same night, we'd have a sleepover. His mom would make pizza rolls. We'd play FIFA all night. That's friendship. And the same friend would kill for me even till this day. That's how I made my friends growing up. So when people talk about, oh, all this racism, I just can't relate. All the experiences I've had with white people have been positive. The most racism I've actually experienced in my life was from my own race. Black people telling me, oh, you're not black enough. Oh, bro, you're not even black. You're an Oreo, black on the outside, white on the in. It's like, just because I wasn't raised in the hood, I can't be accepted into black culture? Like, really, even though our skin's the same color, I can't roll with y'all for that reason? Like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Start throwing up gang signs? Is that what you identify as black culture? Shit is sad. And yeah, when people tell me, oh, you're not even black, it hurts. Because regardless of how I act, it's part of my ethnicity. Oh, bro, shut up, you're not even black, you're white. Because apparently it's an insult to be white nowadays. And then I'm part Hispanic too, and I like Latinas. I mean, how could you not? But I have zero ties to that culture whatsoever as well. And what do you know? It turns out the absolute biggest turnoff to a Latina is not having any culture. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be trying to dance with them, do the salsa and shit, but they could just tell, nah, something's off. So the Hispanics write me off too. Ah, he's another gringo. He's a gringo. So now every part of my ethnicity doesn't accept me except for white people. And I'm not even white. Growing up adopted, I would try my absolute best to not think about it and avoid the conversation, but it's virtually impossible. Because it comes up in conversation basically every time I have to meet someone new. I tell them I'm Puerto Rican and black. They tell me, oh, which one's the Puerto Rican one? Your mom or your dad? Now I have to either A, trauma dump on them. Oh, I actually don't know. Both my parents are white because I'm adopted. My real parents just throw me to the curb. Or B, just lie. And growing up, I would take the latter and just lie to them so often. But when I did tell people I'm adopted, their reaction would be so weird every time. Their energy will just switch completely. It's actually pretty funny. They'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. That must have been so hard. Like, nah, not really. I kind of grew up the exact same as you. Then they'll start asking dumbass questions like, so, how old were you when you first found out? But there was a lot of confusion in my own head when I was young too. Like, damn, why is this shit gonna happen to me? Why can't I just be a normal kid? Why do I have to be this weird white kid that's stuck in a black kid's body? Then, as I got older, that confusion turned into resentment. I'll be in the gym like, damn, they didn't want me? I'll come back and show them one day. Like I'm in some fucking anime or something. I just couldn't quite wrap my head around the fact that you can have a child somewhere, your own genetics, and just not give a fuck at all. They say blood's thicker than water. Well, what happens when you don't have any blood? What happens when you've never met your real parents? And don't get me wrong, I'm aware my adopted parents love me more than anything in the world and would do anything for me. But finding my real parents for me was just like a missing piece of my puzzle. So I would go on Google, try and look them up by their name, see how they look like. Nothing. I got ghosted by my own parents like a goth girl. So then when I was younger, I was like, damn, If my own parents want nothing to do with me, then why the fuck would anybody else? It's a bad way of thinking, but when I was younger, that's the way that I thought. And I know, bro, they were just trying to give you a better life. I understand that, but it's just like, I would just like to have a conversation with them. That's it. And the fact that it seemed like they just forgot about me and moved on with their lives, it kinda hurt. And it's easy for me to just sit here all day and pity myself about the situation, but the truth is, I have no right to be anything other than grateful, because I shouldn't even be alive right now. And that trips me out even till this day. Because my mom had me when she was 14 years old. What were you doing at 14? Playing Minecraft all night? Jerking off for the first time? It's rare for a 14-year-old to get pregnant, and when they do, they just get abortions. So what are the odds that I wasn't just scooped out with a coat hanger, or just thrown into foster care like what happens to most of the kids, and I was actually adopted by a family that loves me? The truth is, most kids in my position don't get nearly as lucky as me. They become abortions or thrown into foster care to rot away. I got given this opportunity that I really shouldn't even have, and now I can't fuck it up. Now I have to do something worthwhile with my time that I'm here. And not even for me, fuck that, but for everybody else that gave me a second chance at life. For my parents that adopted me, and for my parents that gave me up for adoption. That's who I owe it to, them. And when I was younger, that's something that I just couldn't wrap my head around, but now I can't be anything other than grateful for my parents giving me up for adoption. And as I grow older, I see that statement, blood's thicker than water, doesn't mean shit. I've talked to so many people whose parents don't give a fuck about them, beat the shit out of them every night, molest them, while my parents handpicked me for a better life. For a lot of y'all, the condom just broke and your parents just stuck it out with you. There's people who fucking suffer every single day in their households. There's people who don't even have parents. So if you have two loving parents in your life, they're gonna be annoying sometimes, but shut the fuck up and just appreciate them. But at the end of the day, if you know some tips for pulling Latinas, you gotta let me know, because this shit's getting out of hand. Thanks for watching.